Hey, this is Tony Ross for TonyTeach.com, and just wanted to get on here and play around for a bit, testing out some new things, and wanted to talk to you while I was at it. So, had an idea that I wanted to share something with you, and a shout out to Ginger for telling me to share this out loud. But you may have actually heard me talk about this during the webinar last week, during the summit last week, that my quote-unquote alter ego is called Tony Prime. And so I thought I'd do some nice little idea on who the hell is Tony Prime, or that's not actually what I wrote, but you get the point. So the idea is, imagine what your best self is, the you that actually does what it says it's going to do, or doesn't let someone talk them out of the ideas, So that person, that is like your best self, not putting anything off. And a running gag is, I said to my good friend, colleague, and biz partner, Mr. Chris Cartledge, I said, in the alternate universe, I wonder what the me that doesn't procrastinate is doing. And Chris, because he's a very wise man and occasionally an asshole, said, well, I guarantee you one thing, he's not wondering what you're doing. And I was like, shut up, Chris. Because it's a good point. Not wondering what the hell I'm doing, that's for sure. So I am playing around in Illustrator, doing some stuff that I would normally do with markers. So switch that there. No stroke. Cool. Where are your brushes? I want to add a new brush. Make that an art brush. Yes, thank you. I think that's good. We'll find out soon. So yeah. Like the other little dude. Where are my layers? So yeah, just imagine what would happen if you just kind of said, I'm going to do something, and just run off and do it. Do something before your paranoia and anxiety can catch up with you. Almost like that. Okay, that's kind of cool. I like that a lot. So yeah, just kind of sketching out stuff with this brush first. Where my brush is. Mr. Charcoal. Let's drop the opacity on that. And I think I still like the blue kind of thing. So let's see if I can get away with... What layer are you on? Did we lock a layer? Huh. Okay. Just playing around with some sketches. Haven't done any sketching in a bit. That looks good. Liking that. So this is a shout out to Joanna Davidovich. And we were having this conversation last week, and we were talking about vectors doing what the heck we need them to do instead of redrawing out everything. So this is me sketching actually in Illustrator and coming up with almost like I'm doing this regular sketch. So this is using a brush tool and setting this up to, what's the word I'm looking for? I think I've got a little transparency going on there. So what happens? Let's see. You know, I should probably close that out. Be able to see what the heck I'm doing. Where'd my new brush go? There it is. All right. Did you change your layers again? Okay. Ooh, that's not bad considering. Get your opacity back up to where it needs to be. Yeah, baby. I like that. So, yeah, just kind of diving in and discovered kind of by accident today, unless I stay terribly busy, I am extremely moody. So my darling wife and best friend of over 20 years was letting me know that. So if I'm like teaching, if I'm teaching in a class, that's going to be like, I'm normally crazy busy and putting a lot of energy into that. Or like last week doing like a summit, pretty much like spinning and editing and uploading and answering questions and just juggling all these different things. And then after the summit's done, rest for half a second, edit more, upload the stuff for the next day, and writing emails out, doing everything almost like, and it's not like it's, I enjoy doing things at the last minute, believe it or not. I prefer to have things planned, but again, that was kind of my alter ego going, yeah, we should do this. And I was like, why the hell are we doing that? Why are you giving me that weird color? That's weird. So the idea is you want to, can it go there? I wonder, is that what I want? No, it's not that last shape. What is that last shape you need? So it's going to be another there, I guess. So the idea, okay, that'll work. That will work, yes. Still don't know why it's that color though. Oh, that would make sense. What are you doing? So, by the way, true story, I, for several weeks, was, when I would catch the bus to work, I would just kind of sketch with pencil and paper and just getting my drawing skills back up. So this is just a lot of the stuff I was practicing, practicing things over and over and over, and just drawing these little shapes. And what I decided to do today was try these out inside of Illustrator. And I found a tutorial where this guy was doing he was doing these rough little things here. Get back out of there. He was doing these rough pieces with the chalk brush inside of Illustrator. So like working in vector as if you're like really working in a sketch pad. There we go. All right, got that there. All right, get a figure 8. No, not there. Let's bring you down. And the cool part about it is, of course, you still have all of these different separate pieces. So looks good. So I'm trying out, the cool thing about Ecamm Live is you can connect it to Restream. And so I've got Restream. I connected it to my Twitch account, which I don't think I've ever used. So finally I'm using it. Let's take you back up to 100. Make sure you're on the right layer. Ooh, that's kind of cool looking, but that is not the brush that I wanted. So I'm sketching in my little charcoal thing, but I'm doing the actual pieces. And this little other thing here. This basically an ellipse that I went in. I don't know if I like that or not. It's just this one little ellipse, kind of a flattened out. Boom. Okay, that's kind of cool, I think. Where, pray tell? Dan, what's up, baby? How you doing? Am I using a touch drawing tablet? I am using a Wacom Intuos. So this is me. I have it attached to my I have it attached to my Mac Mini. So yeah, I'm using my good old Wacom Intuos. I did a webinar for Wacom a couple of years back, and they were like, Tony, would you like us to send you I had an old Bamboo at the time, and I said, yeah, I like using it because I like to tell people, just use, what you got. And they're like, well, not that we disagree with you, Tony, but we'd like to send you a tablet, as a thank you for doing the webinar. Dan, you use Illustrator? I didn't know that. I'm messing with you, man. So, yeah, they were like, yeah, we want to give you this tablet. And I was like, sure. And I'm like, what size you want? What size can you give me? Yes. Wacom is pretty cool, man. I've had this for, like I said, a couple of years, so I'm liking it. What layer are we on? Who that Dell? Where do you? Seriously? Interesting. All right. So yeah, just kind of playing around with some stuff we did. Oh yeah, I guess we got to do the other one. Wherefore art thou? So yeah, the Tony Prime. Tony Prime is I call him my best self. It's the guy that's like, we're gonna do this. What? We're gonna do what? Yeah, we're gonna do it. It's like August 7th, Tony Prime was like, we're gonna do a summit. Oh, okay, yeah, we're gonna do it for the week of your birthday. You mean next month? Yeah. It says it takes 90 days, man. It's like, we're gonna do it in 30. Okay, cool. So that's what that's like. So Where we at? Give me... Okay. How do we do the other one? Do a bunch of shapes there. How did you... Oh, okay. Do it that way. This way. This way. And this way. I think that was it. So it's kind of interesting. It's like kind of like, what is it? What is it? Sharks, if they don't move, they die, or something weird like that. One of those weird analogies. But the idea is just do stuff without thinking about it. Don't let your mind talk you out of what you need to do. Just because somebody hasn't done it yet doesn't mean that you can't. Everyone that talked about doing a summit or a huge webinar, they're like, you need to get Webinar Jam, or you need to get what is that thing called? Zoom, which Zoom is awesome. And they're like, okay, you got to get the webinar package. I did neither one of those. I literally just I did a combination of Restream and let's unlock both of those. Combination of Restream and Ecamm Live. And the cool thing is, and it's like I was doing testing, and I was like, when I did the testing the week before, I was like, wait, I can get away with some interesting stuff here. Like the idea that you can simulcast something to Facebook as well as YouTube. And I was like, I had to do some research. I was like, well, if you're going to do that, that's great. More people can watch it. But how do you pull it back? And it's simpler than you think. If you cast to your Facebook page, and if everybody and their mother even shares that link, when you say, I don't want that out there anymore, you go to your Facebook page and you basically delete that video. And then it says, okay, and then everyone else is sharing things, says, hey, this is no longer available. So that's how that goes. So I thought it was kind of interesting. So playing around, gonna lock these up. What's up, son? Let's go back to charcoal. I'm curious. You should probably just pull up your swatches. Yeah, you could pull up your swatches, but that would be too easy. I figured out the other day that a lot of my work stems from what's his name? Michael Durrett. Or Michael Durrett or Michael Duray. I cannot remember. It's sad that I'm mispronouncing his name. But I was like in 3rd or 4th grade and looking at the Kiss album cover, Rock and Roll Over. And I remember drawing that, like drawing what Gene Simmons' eye looked like, man, and drawing his face. Like all of me and my classmates, we made our little construction paper guitars and went in and did all this crazy stuff. And luckily, I had parents that weren't freaked out by their son coming home drawing the picture of the demon or the dragon, Mr. Gene Simmons. So they put it in the little display case. So I think about the way the eyes are on that album cover, and it's a really cool look. I don't want that there. It's a really cool look. So the idea of me still loving drawing eyes a certain way is a combination probably of Michael Durrett and Prince. So so see if I can draw that in a second. Give me some color, son. So yeah, Marker Dude. likes to draw out eyes and stuff like that. So it's like, okay, well, what Marker Dude can actually do stuff inside the computer as well. But practicing, and I learned this from Lamont Russ. People like Lamont Russ and Marcus Williams. The idea that if you try to talk to either one of them, if you're talking more than, let's say, 2 or 3 minutes, if they aren't already, they're probably going to pull out a sketch pad and start drawing while talking to you. They're not drawing you. They're just drawing. People like Steven Silver. Interviewing him, my mouth was wide open. I'm glad I didn't have a camera on. Just watching how crazy his work ethic was. And like he was talking a mile a minute and working a mile a minute. It was intense. And I was like, where am I going to work in a question? Because dude is fast. So you should always keep up with stuff. Like I remember being excited in college when I didn't have any more drawing classes. I was like, yes, no more drawing classes. And that's the dumbest thing I could have ever said, because my work suffered for it. So I had to get back into drawing and then, stop doing stuff for the hell of it. I have not saved. That would probably be a good thing to do. Marker Dude, AI. So the idea of, I'll save it there. Sounds good. The idea of constantly pushing forward with your craft, you have to practice. You always draw. And for the longest time, I was letting, like if I wasn't getting paid to do a gig, like I only was doing stuff that I got paid for. And basically that means that your work is going to suffer greatly. Do you want to bring up the opacity? Let's go 7.5. So fast forward a few years of doing that, and then I have people like Chris Cartledge and even Lamont going, hey, do you need me to draw something for you? And I was like, shut up, look at my ugly drawings and like it. So just kind of recently getting back into this. Do I, dare I, will I, won't I? What's up, son? Give me that. Give me a brighter color, maybe? Brighter, pink, yellow, something. Let's go here. Yeah, maybe. Can you get away with that? Maybe. Oh, that'll work. Okay. So, oh yeah, let me try this. Let's go back to our sketch layer. Turn you guys off for a minute. So, matter of fact, let's make you there. So let's get a sketch color. But yeah, what happens when you decide to go? And you'll know when it happens, like your prime voice or your best self, it's going to say something. And it'll tell you, hey, let's write this novel or let's do this thing. And you'll know it's the voice because you'll be like, what? You want me to what? We're doing what? And you start talking yourself out of it almost instantly. It's kind of interesting. But the idea is let them drive for a minute and see what happens. So, but yeah, this is what I was talking about. The eyes that Michael DeRay did on that album. And dude did this long before computers. So it was kind of funny. He was actually one of the first people that I ever interviewed on Tony Teach. So I interviewed him, and I also interviewed Mark Simon. But the idea of I was reaching out to Michael DeRay, and I was like, hey, I'm going to be teaching my students, Illustrator, and maybe right before the interview, I'll draw out maybe Gene's eye in Illustrator and go, hey, this is how you would do this in Illustrator. And Michael DeRay had emailed me, and he's like, oh, Tony, I don't know if you know this, but yeah, last year we did a lithograph of that album cover to celebrate it, and I had redone that in Illustrator. If you want, I can send you my Illustrator file of that. And I was like, are you kidding me right now? Hell yeah, I want to see that. So I was like totally going fanboy, and he's like, dude, dial it down a minute. I'm just laid back dude. I'm like, yeah, you're a laid back dude that I've been following your work since I was in grade school here, and I think at the time I was like in my late 40s, and he's still in the business, still knocking it out. What's he currently doing? Yeah, he just does like logos for like Wreck-It Ralph or Disney Pixar stuff. Guy's done a couple of Time covers, and I think he did like the 76ers logo. It was something like that, but it's like, yeah, small stuff. So it's like living legend, and so cool and laid back and down to earth. It's awesome. So let's turn you back on. Oh wow, that's freaky that I actually did that without let's see. Do you wanna? Okay, let's grab a different brush. I think I forgot to set up my colors on that brush. Not a big deal, but like, yeah. Change your opacity. So la 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 la. Nah, I don't want it perfectly round, but I don't want it that jacked up either. Practice your circles, kids. That's what it's for. So yeah. I was dragged into computer graphics, kicking and screaming, ironically. Do I need to get that smaller? Could be. Could be. Okay, I like that. Huh. I don't know if I like that look. Curious. What happens if I make that 6? Well, not quite 6. Let's try 3. It's not bad. Not terrible. Not bad. But yeah. Fun times. Where did that eye sketch go? So yeah, just trying out this new trick. And seeing how things go. Maybe do some 80s makeup. It's like, by all means, be who you is. It's kind of funny working on stuff and thinking how many alter egos are running around in my head right now. There is my teenage self that keeps finding these really awesome and inappropriate domain names to buy. And I'm like, that would be a cool name. Okay, so if we go here, can we go up there a little bit larger? What you got? What you got? Oh, that's right. Let's undo that real quick. That would work if you did drop your opacity a bit. Let's go with 60. Cool. It's funny when visiting parts of Tennessee. It's like the 80s makeup thing never went out of style. And it's like, dude, I could totally open up shop here. It's like occasionally you will do things and people will go, I don't want to do that because people will think I'm weird. By all means, be who you is. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. So yeah, this is me playing around in Illustrator, just having a ball. Testing out some theories on some things. I like the, it doesn't have to be, Illustrator doesn't have to be perfect and clean. It can be quite sloppy. So yeah. Do your thing, son. What do I want? And save often, kids. It's a good thing. There. I don't know if I like the diamond. Diamond's kind of bothering me. Oh well. We'll figure it out eventually. So yeah, just basically sketches, work, line work on top of that. There's another sketch. There's the other line came from that. And if we add color, so not bad. That's really weird. Oh, there you are. Okay, cool. Makes sense. So yeah, kind of liking that. I think the heart came out pretty decent. Let's do view, hide artboards. Thank you. Let's see if I can actually do my what your name is. Marker dude. Yeah, it'd be even cooler if it wasn't actually so transparent. Okay. Go down, up, up, over. Haven't been practicing that in a while. Ooh, that's nasty. Cool. Marker dude, marker dude. Oh, excuse me. So yeah, tomorrow I got to get back to it. Fill up my calendar, my day with stuff to do. So yeah, whatever you've been putting off, that novel you didn't want to write, you know, that program you've been putting off learning. I'm going to learn 3D one day, whatever it is. I'm going to redraw that piece, you know. I'm going to enter whatever, I don't know. Like, what is it? Inktober's next month. There's probably something crazy going on for this month. Whatever it is, just do it. I mean, what's stopping you? When you realize that, and I was joking about this with Dan Flores, you can't wait for Superman to save you when you're Clark Kent, you know. You can't run around waiting for Hannibal to assemble the A-team when you're freaking Hannibal. You are in charge of your own thing. And when you realize that you're in charge of that, it's awesome and terrifying at the same time. So yeah. Anyway, not bad considering I haven't sketched in a couple of days, so not bad at all. I think I'm liking that. I need to see if somebody has some better. Anybody knows if somebody has some cool Illustrator brushes? Let me know. It'd be kind of neat. But yeah. Kind of scribbly, kind of wibbly wibbly. Curious. If, big word for 2 letters. Where's my artboard? Okay. Not bad. Not bad at all. Alright, so I'm curious how this actually worked out. We'll see. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and log off and play around with some other things. So, by all means, whatever it is you're afraid to do, go ahead and try it. Give yourself permission to succeed or fail. But if you're not failing, you're not even trying, yada, yada, yada. Talk to you. Bye.